Okay.
Good, Mary Jo. We are, I see, zooming live to our YouTube channel, so we are ready to start here. So I'd like to call to order regular meeting number 1 for the year 2021 to order, and ask everyone to please rise for a moment of silent prayer. Thank you. And if you would follow me in Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. If there are no objections or corrections to the minutes from the previous meeting, I'll declare them approved. So approved. And Tammy, can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Chairman, all legislators are present via Zoom teleconference.
Thank you. All legislators are present. And if there are no objections, or I need a motion for and a second to dispense with committee reports.
Martinez.
Hobart.
Martinez and Hobart. Thank you. We have no meeting correspondence for this month. And with that, Tammy, we can move into the resolutions.
Back up.
Pat, could you just, on the motion to dispense with the committee reports, could you just take a vote?
Okay, I have a motion. I believe it was Martinez and Hobart. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? So carried.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Resolution number 6-21, authorization to pay claims, offered by legislator Hobart.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 7-21, authorization to pay claims highlighted by legislator Gardner and by legislator Martinez.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 8-21, authorizing the office of the Boone County Treasurer to accept a reduced annual pilot payment for the town of Prattsville relative to the use at Prattsville. Offered by legislator Davis, second by legislator Martinez.
And we'll need a roll call, please.
Legislator
Legislator Buelich?
Aye.
Bloomer,
Oh, Bloomer, sorry.
Bloomer says yes.
legislator Buelich,
Aye.
legislator Davis,
Aye.
legislator Gardner,
Aye.
legislator Handel,
Aye.
legislator Hobart,
Aye.
legislator Keller,
Aye.
legislator Lawrence,
Lawrence is a yes.
legislator Lennon,
Yes.
legislator Rivera,
Yes.
legislator Martinez,
Yes.
legislator Oakham,
Yes.
legislator Thornton,
Yes.
legislator Thornton,
Yes.
and Chairman Linger.
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, we have 10,000 ayes, 0 noes, and 0 absent.
And that's carried. Thank you.
Number 9-21, approving pay for elected and appointed officials for retirement purposes. Offered by legislator Martinez, second by legislator Hobart.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Okay, that's carried.
Resolution number 10-23, adopt an annual investment policy. Offered by legislator, second by legislator Martinez.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? That's carried.
21, civic public hearing for the 2020 New York State Community Development Block Grant Program, offered by Legislator Lewis, second by Legislator Thornhill.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 12-21, authorizing agreement with County of Greene and New York State Office of Information Technology Services, offered by Legislator Lewis, second by Legislator Overblock.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
I'm a nay.
I
Thank you.
oppose.
So I have two opposed, Buelich and Hobart.
Yes, and Mr. Chairman, let the record show that I also opposed this in Finance Committee also, which is showing that I approved.
Okay, got that, Tammy?
Two.
Thank you.
Okay. And that's carried.
Resolution number 13-1, as an authorizing agreement with Council on the Arts, offered by Legislator Buelich, second by Legislator Overblock.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 14-21, as amended, authorizing cultural services contract with Council on the Arts, offered by Legislator Buelich, second by Legislator Overblock.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 15-21, increase in fees for Greene County Sheriff for physical units, offered by Legislator Martinez, second by Legislator Hobart.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 16-21, authorizing municipalities to participate in county highway purchases, offered by Legislator Martinez, second by Legislator Handle.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? That's carried. I'm not sure where all the background noise is coming from, but we can't hear Tammy when that's on.
Do you want me to reread the resolution, Pat?
Yes, please, we didn't hear it.
Resolution number 17-21, authorizing purchase of one new 2020 wheel loader with general purpose bucket and pallet forks, offered by Legislator Martinez, second by Legislator Buelich.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Authorizing lease agreement with Lee County Department of Human Services agent and the town of Carroll, offered by Legislator Lennon, second by Legislator Lawrence.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 19-21, awarding fee for bids for the Greene County Department of Human Services, offered by Legislator Rivera, second by Legislator Blumer.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 20-21, amendment resolution number 372-20, reappointing members to the Board of Directors of Soil Conservation District, offered by Legislator Lennon, second by Legislator Buelich.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? It's carried.
Resolution number 21-21, authorizing and furnishing of assessment roll related services and materials, offered by Legislator Rivera, second by Legislator Martinez.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
opposed? The chairman's opposed. That's carried.
Resolution number 22-21, charging, obtaining, and furnishing of election-related services and materials. Offered by legislator Handle, seconded by legislator Blumer.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Anyone opposed? Chairman's opposed. And that's carried.
Number 23-21, authorization to facilitate 2021 annual division elections. Offered by legislator Rivera, seconded by legislator Keller.
All in favor, say aye.
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 And anyone opposed? Chairman is opposed. Again, those are related to the chargebacks, not the services we're providing, and that's carried.
Resolution number 24-21, amending resolution number 375-20, authorizing the treasurer to extend the deadline for the 2018 in-rem tax purchase. Offered by legislator, seconded by legislator Martinez.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Anyone opposed? That's carried.
Resolution number 25-21, authorizing the county to assess administration fee regarding in-rem tax collection for 2020 in-rem proceedings. Offered by legislator Martinez, seconded by legislator.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, that's carried. And that wraps up the resolutions that we have for tonight. I do have two chairman's appointments to do. The first is a reappointment to the Advisory Council to the Greene County Department for the Aging for 2021. Being duly authorized as chairman of the Greene County Legislature, I do hereby reappoint, upon the recommendation of Terry McGee Ward, Executive Director of the Greene County Department of Human Services Aging, the following as members of the Advisory Council to the Greene County Department for Aging 2021. I'm not going to read them all, but the list is there for everyone. And the second will be reappointment to Greene County Children, Youth, and Community Advisory Board for 2021. Being duly authorized as chairman of the Greene County Legislature, I do hereby reappoint, upon recommendation of Terry McGee Ward, Executive Director of the Greene County Department of Human Services Youth Bureau, to the following as members of the Greene County Children, Youth, and Community Advisory Board for 2021. And those names are there for you as well. Aside from some adjournments that I know we have, is there any other business that needs to come before the board tonight? I have, I'm aware of three. Mr. Legislator Lennon has one, Legislator Luvera has one, and Legislators Lennon and Lawrence have memorials for tonight to adjourn our meeting with. Legislator Lennon, if you'd like to start.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to close tonight's meeting in memory of John M. Peruzzi Jr., affectionately known as Johnny Moon, age 71, well-known area musician, proud veteran, and loving dad and Poppy. Passed away on January 1st, 2021 at his residence in Jefferson Heights, Catskill. John was born and raised in Athens, son of late John M. and June Gallagher Peruzzi Sr. He was a graduate of the Coxsackie Athens School District, as well as Sullivan County Community College. He also served proudly in the United States Navy from 1970 to 74 during the Vietnam War on the USS Coral Sea. He then worked in aerospace design for Northrop Grumman in Bethpage, Long Island, and Dynabel Industries in Coxsackie. A local musician and saxophone player, John formed the group Johnny Moon and the Stars. He was extremely proud of the band and had a tremendous amount of respect for the talent of the band members. He was active in the Athens Performing Arts Corporation in the summer concert series at the Riverfront Park in the village of Athens. He previously served as chairman and retired from the board in 2019 after 16 years of service to the Athens Performing Arts Corporation. He was also belonged to the Athens Paddock Club, the Catskill Elks Lodge, 1341, the VFW, the American Legion. In addition to his love for music, he also enjoyed hunting with his grandson, John Michael, and his best friend who he considered a brother, Anton Gerkman. Golfing with his son-in-law, Michael, and enjoying cold Heinekens with all of his friends out and about in Athens and Catskill. He also had a passion for history, especially military history, and was an avid antiquer and proprietor of Little House Antiques. John's greatest joy in life was his family. He was extremely loving and devoted father to Krista Diedrich Michael of Catskill, grandfather to John Michael Jeremiah, Jaden Rose, and Jameson Patrick Diedrich, whom he absolutely loved and adored. His love for his daughter and grandchildren was immeasurable, and he proudly talked about them to all his friends. He is survived by his loving aunts, Rose Lennon of South Carroll, Mary Peruzzi of Athens, and Margaret Peggy Peruzzi of Athens, as well as several close cousins and numerous friends he considered family. Outdoor military honors were conducted on Wednesday, the 6th of January at 4 p.m. at the Millspaw Cameo Funeral Home at 139 Jefferson Heights, Catskill. A public walkthrough for family and friends was held until 7 p.m. that day. Honoring John's wishes, he was cremated and will be buried alongside his parents during a private ceremony for immediate family in the Athens Rural Cemetery. In lieu of flowers, contributions in Johnny Moon's memory may be made to the Athens Performing Arts Corp., P.O. Box 40, Athens, New York, 12015, or to any veterans organization of your choice. Rest in peace, cousin. You will be missed. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Legislator Lennon. Could I get a second from the board for this memorial? Aye.
I'll make a second.
Whole board.
Thank- For the full board, thank you.
Thank you.
Legislator Luvera, I believe you have one as well.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to make a motion to close our meeting tonight in memory of one of Catskill and Greene County's local legends, former Town of Catskill Republican Committee Chairman, one of our Greene County Civil Service Commissioners, and retired local business owner Frank J. Porto III. Frank Sonny Porto III, 83 of Catskill, passed away on Sunday, January 3rd, 2021. Born in Athens, he was the son of the late Frank Chick Jr. and Susie Appa Porto. Sonny often fondly reminisced about his humble childhood in Brick Row, Athens. Later in his childhood, the family moved to Catskill, where he graduated from St. Patrick's Academy. Frank went on to receive a Bachelor of Science in Business from Syracuse University. In 1959, he founded Porto Insurance Agency, Catskill, building a very successful business from scratch, which he retired from in 2012. On September 7th, 1963, he married his wife of 57 years, Linda Brandt. Active in our community, Frank was a former chair of the Town of Catskill Republican Committee, a member of the Catskill Elks Lodge 1341 and Catskill Golf Club. He was a lifelong parishioner of St. Patrick's Church in Catskill. Loving husband of Linda Porto, father of Vicky Cressette Lance of East Burn, and the late Frank Porto IV, who died in 1986. Brother of Shirley Yates of Florida, grandfather of Carter, Caden, and Cecilia, uncle to many nieces and nephews. Sonny was not only my cousin, his mother and my grandmother were sisters, but he also became a mentor to me when I was elected as the town chairman of the Catskill Republican Committee. I asked Sonny to stay my vice chairman, and he stayed in that position for many of my beginning years as chairman. Frank would tell me how well I knew the computer and was pleased with my organizational skills. He helped me get through several election caucuses when I wasn't really sure what to do. He helped with selecting candidates, organizing our yearly planning calendar, fundraising. He even led the meeting for me when I was nominated for legislator and was so proud when I was elected to this office. He always said to me, "Good job, kid. You know what you're doing." Sonny loved his family, friends, and his hometown. He was a loyal husband, father, and friend, an extremely hard worker. He loved the people of Catskill. He was often called the informal mayor of Catskill and could often be seen along Main Street greeting people and shaking their hands. Everyone in Catskill, and I think Greene County, knew Sonny. He gave so much of his life to our community, those that held their insurance with his agency, and to his parish church of St. Patrick's. Sonny always had a smile on his face when greeting you and always extended his hand in friendship. Frank was a local legend in Catskill and Greene County. The members of the Catskill Republican Committee all missed his presence at our meetings during his illness. He loved his family beyond measure, especially his grandchildren who meant the world to him. Sonny will be greatly missed, but we are thankful he is now finally at peace with the Lord. Unfortunately, due to the current pandemic and certain family members being in high-risk categories, services for Frank were private, and he was buried next to his son in St. Patrick's Cemetery. I know I can speak on behalf of our entire legislature. Our thoughts and prayers go to his wife, Linda, and his family during this difficult time. May God grant him peace and say to him, "Well done, good and faithful servant." Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for all that you taught us. And with that, I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Thank you, Legislator Rivera. Can I get a second from the full board for this memorial as well?
Hewlett seconds it.
Davis.
Thank you. And Legislator Lennon, I believe you are going to begin the third one.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to close tonight's meeting in memory of Richard Vigilo, funeral home owner and chief Greene County coroner. Richard Vigilo, age 83, formerly of Scarsdale, New York, presently of Cairo since the 1960s, passed away on January 10th, 2021 at Columbia Memorial Hospital in Hudson, New York. Richard was born on April 24th, 1937 in Mount Vernon, New York, and is the son of the late Richard and Martha Perone Vigilo. Besides his parents, Richard is preceded by several aunts, uncles, cousins, and dear friends and neighbors of the community, of whom he loved. Richard especially has missed his former business partner, Vincent Valente, who passed away on December 20th, 1992, who was a New York State licensed funeral director and vice president of Richard's Funeral Home of Hudson Valley, Inc., and president of Richard's Ambulance Service, of whom Richard shared many happy memories with, enjoyed caring for those in the community alongside one another. Survivors include Richard's staff of Richard's Funeral Home of Mid-Hudson Valley, Inc., whom Richard considered his family, and many friends and neighbors of the community. Richard also leaves behind his beloved toy poodle Fame, whom he enjoyed over the last 10 years. Richard attended Edgemont High School in Scarsdale, New York, and Bronxville High School in Bronxville, New York, attended Temple University and Eccles College of Mortuary Science, and Renaud's School of Embalming in New York City. Richard was one of the owners of Richard's Funeral Home of the Mid-Hudson Valley, Inc., located in Cairo and Athens, New York. It was also the W.C. Brady Sons, Inc. Funeral Home located in Coxsackie, New York. Former owner of Valente and Richard's Funeral Home located in Hudson, New York. Former vice president of Richard's Ambulance Service. Owner and operator of Richard's Ambulette Service in the Greene County Car Service. Also, Richard was chief Greene County coroner since 1998, serving the community with dignity and compassion at all times. Richard served his country proudly in the United States Army National Guard, serving from January 18, 1960 to January 31st, 1966. He was a member of the Sacred Heart Church in Carroll for many years. Richard held several memberships in many organizations, including the following: past president of the Carroll Rotary Club, the Knights of Columbus Lady of Knock Council in East Durham, Loyal Order of the Moose in Hudson, New York State Funeral Directors Association, the Sons and Daughters of Italy, honorary member of the Carroll Hose, also honorary member of the Round Top Fire Company, past president of the Columbia Green Funeral Directors Association, members of the New York State Association of Coroners, medical examiners, since 2006 to present. Also, Richard was a member of the Capital District Funeral Directors Association. Richard will always be remembered for his sincerity, for being there for others, and for his service and dedication to the community that he loved. Even though his profession was a serious one, often one would find Richard sharing a joke and a smile with others. Since Richard loved children and animals with all of his heart, contribution to Richard's memory may be made to St. Jude's Children Research Foundation, 501st Street, Jude Place, Memphis, Tennessee, 38105, or to Animal Kind, 721 Warren Street, Hudson, New York. I believe Legislator Lawrence also would like to add something to the closing memorial.
Thank you, Harry. The memorial that Harry just presented certainly reflects the public life of Richard Bigelow. It bears witness to his professions as a funeral director and coroner, both of which dealt with death and those mourning the deceased. A lesser person may have withdrawn or avoided people, but as an individual, Richard Bigelow was surprisingly vibrant and dedicated to the living, and he always sought a better quality of life for those around him. As his immediate family passed on, his extended family grew beyond himself and his staff to include the whole of Carroll and a large portion of Greene County. I had the good fortune to know him and work with him for the greater good of everyone in Greene County, and now I'm simply left for the sad duty of mourning him. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, gentlemen. And can I get a second from the entire board for this as well?
Second.
Aye.
Davis.
Aye.
Thank you. Rich was a true public servant, without a doubt.
Yes, he was.
All right. Unless there's anything else to come before the board tonight, we'll make those adjournments in honor, in memorial of those folks. And we are adjourned. Thank you for